What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video. Sorry, first of all, for not really posting anything last week. I'm kind of up and down on mentally about social media and just everything that I'm doing. Really just been reflecting on it, and yeah, but I will make up for it. I'm definitely gonna try and drop 2 videos this week before I go on vacation to DR, which y'all gonna see what I do, because I'm gonna blog, or try to blog as much as I can, but still enjoy, because it's been 4 years since I've been home. For those that don't know, I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic, and I moved out of my home there when I literally turned 18. So the next day after turning 18, I moved and came to New York City. From New York City, lived 2 years there, and then moved here to Gainesville, where I now live. And I used to go every summer after I moved, and then things just got in the way, moving or apartments or jobs, and yeah, so it's been 4 years, almost 5, that I haven't been home, and I'm looking forward to being there, to see my friends, my family, and yeah. But nevertheless, today we got back, and deload weeks are over. My shoulders are all right. For those that don't know, I did some cupping therapy. I'm all over the place, guys, like it's not even funny. Let me see if I can show y'all this too. So I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's all over. These are not that bad, but I also did my leg. And y'all remember how I told y'all I couldn't squat? Well, your boy now can. And so I'm gonna repeat that again, at least for my legs, because my knee is not totally healed. I've been feeling it here and there, so it's probably coming back. So I'm gonna do the cupping therapy again, and yeah. Again, guys, can't say it enough. We got the pre right here, pre-cage elite, and this is the fruit punch flavor. This is my second favorite. I still like the grape flavor a lot more, but if you want to try it, I'm telling y'all, best pump, best workouts ever. And yeah, code there, you know where to go. Yeah, so deload week is over, and we're about to go deadlift and do some back. So I'm back to my normal weights. I'm hoping I'm able to rep it out and still do what I was doing, but feeling a lot better, hopefully. I did like my deload week. I'm gonna do 1 deload every 4 weeks now, so hopefully I keep improving and I feel a lot better. So yeah, other than that, there's not much of an update for you. I've been losing weight, but that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get this back day going, and hopefully your boy can survive and do what I used to do. So let's get to it. Appreciate it. Holy shit.
What do you think about doing with your lats?
With my lats?
Yeah.
I love it.
No, I'm saying, like, what do you think that you do with your lats?
What do you mean? What do I think I do?
Because I'll watch something that you're doing wrong. But I might can make a correction. I might can help you.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So quick thing. Y'all could have probably gotten a little bit of the conversation that I had with the guy. But he was correcting my deadlift form. Again, appreciate that guy coming up to me and telling me what to fix, because now I know where to focus on. Apparently my thoracic spine isn't locking when I'm deadlifting, and that's why you can see a little bit of rounding in my back. So here's to say this was perfect, because I like to really teach this a lot too. Keep an open mind. Always think that you don't know what you're doing when it comes to advice, because sometimes people may come up to you and give you really good advice, and sometimes, I mean, it could be bad, but honestly, just keep an open mind. Listen to what they gotta say. Try it out, because sometimes what they say might help you in the long run. So for me specifically with my deadlift, I'm doing 405, 4 sets of 6. This time around, it felt a little heavy. I don't know what's been going on with my head, but it hurts. So I did 2 sets of 6 and 2 sets of 3. But next time I'm gonna lower the weight, focus on really locking that thoracic spine, and then hoping for the best. And hopefully my back will feel better. My deadlift will go up a lot faster. There's no point in lifting heavy when you're doing it wrong. Slow it down, do the right form, and eventually you'll just grow a lot faster. Again, 1 step back to move 5 forward. You never know. So yeah, just a quick tip. Really nice of him to come and say that to me. But that's pretty much it for the deadlift part. Now we're going out to lat pull downs. And yeah, so here we go. Alright guys, so back there was done, but this is the guy, and I actually spoke to you about you when you corrected me and gave me some advice on my deadlift. So this is the guy, this is Corman. You want to go ahead and give him your IG?
Yeah, so my IG is CW Caldwell 98. Backstory on me, I
went to LSU undergrad for a bachelor's of human exercise science and sports performance. I worked there for close to 8 months, working as an intern for strength and conditioning, and then now I work as an assistant strength and conditioning coach for the University of Florida for women's basketball and tennis.
Wow. So we came up and we ended up talking and chopping it up, even took some pictures together, but he had a question for me. I want y'all to listen to this because this is something important, something that a lot of us battle through, and if you can connect to it, hopefully this helps and hopefully this motivates you to do whatever it is that you want to do. So go ahead.
So to reiterate my question to you, Fred, was I wanted to know, and when I walked into this gym and I corrected him and everything, I had a very big respect for him and how he was open-minded to his corrections, because we're all growing. We all have places that we can learn. We don't know everything, and I had a big respect for him because he came in and he's doing all his filming and everything, which a lot of people of our age or in fitness want to do. Right. But there's a lot of things that we tell ourselves that we can't do. And so I asked him a question of what transpired in him and what adversities did he have to work through when he decided that this was something to pursue in fitness, where he wanted to document and share it with all his viewers, to when it actually took him to commit, and what type of adversities he had to fight through, and mental battles and struggles, and just people in general, maybe the judgment from his peers or whatever it may be, to get to where he was comfortable with putting himself out there. And I feel like that was a good question to ask because people struggle with that, including me.
Right, so like for me, I just started with Reels and Instagram posts, and then eventually I liked this so much, and I figured that, man, school isn't really for me. I did my degree in exercise sciences, and I wanted to go into physical therapy, but one day I woke up and I was like, if I could just make money for working out, like, this is it. I love what I do. I like waking up at 4:30 in the morning every day to work out. Today you caught me in the afternoon because shit happens and sometimes you just gotta pull through. But that was a mental battle. I've always had a problem. Ever since I moved to the States, I'm originally from the Dominican Republic, I struggled mentally. That's why I don't compete. I feel like if I do, my mental state will go down, and that's probably me just making an excuse to not compete. But that mentality of no one likes you, no one is gonna like what you do. Shit, even now, sometimes I look at the likes and I shouldn't. Likes, comments, and a lot of people don't engage, and that sometimes gets to me.
You'll see a lot in Instagram today, man, and things like this where we open up or we give valuable information, or people can to connect with you.
Right.
That's what people really look for. There's times I open Instagram and I look at it and it's just, the highlights. It's all the highlights and it's just all superficial, and you wonder why there's so many depressed people, because they compare themselves to other people and all these other things because no one ever sees it. And it's easy to post a picture, and it's easy to try and to just, do it because you want to be consistent, but these are the things that people hang on. And so I think you're doing the right thing.
Now that you brought that up, it reminds me of something that I saw. I think this was a mind shift for me. I saw this video once. This guy, trainer, his dad was one of a great bodybuilder, physically very strong, very aesthetically pleasing, but he talked about how his dad committed suicide, and he talks about how his dad was physically strong but mentally weak, and no one ever knew. And I feel like a lot of people, I'm one of those, you can see me in here ripping weight, lifting as heavy as possible, but you don't know what's going on in my head.
Exactly.
And
you don't.
That's why I think that was a shift for me, where I said, you know what, I'm not the only one, because he just confirmed to me that there's other people struggling with the same thing that I struggle with. And that mentality of I'm hurting, but I don't want to tell anybody, that's not something you should do. I feel like everybody should tell their story, and eventually somebody is going to connect with you. I mean, it's a community. There's a lot of people that struggle, and I feel like sharing my story and connecting with other people, that's what's going to change lives. That's what's going to save lives. You never know if you're going to be that last breath of air for someone. So whatever you say, don't keep it to yourself, or whatever you have, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. Your stories can connect.
And to add to that, be a positive influence to other people.
Right.
Always be a light in the room. You know, just be a positive influence, because there's enough negativity in the world. Like you said, that you don't know what people go through. You don't know why people train, why they train, and why they go to the gym every day. It might be their only happy time of the day. There's been times in my life that this was the only thing that I had, and so that's why I clung to it so long, and that's now why I do it for a living.
Right.
So if there's anything that I can give back to people, that's why I do it. But mad respect, man.
I appreciate you again for correcting me. That's something that everybody, and I like to preach it a lot. Whenever someone comes up to you, be open-minded. You never know what you're going to learn from them, and you don't know what you can teach them as well. A lot of the times we keep to ourselves, and we don't really we're not really open to hearing other people's opinions, because we might think that we know better, or we've been doing it for years. But with this and with everything in life, always think about it as you're a newbie. You never know everything. You're here to learn, and every day is a new opportunity. It's a new opportunity to learn something different. As small as that could be, it could make a big difference, especially with fitness. And hopefully you can agree with this. There's little tweaks that you can do that will take your body to another level.
100%.
So, yeah, dude, appreciate you letting me record this conversation, and you just, pouring into me.
Yeah,
so appreciate you.
Anytime, man. The good people, good people attract good people.
Yeah.
So like I said, I really respect your grind. I really respect the head that you have on your shoulders and the mentality that you have, seeing how you talk to your people, and the glimpses of what I can perceive of what your past may have looked like, quite similar to things I might have had to go through, or I have gone through, and so it's very identifiable. And on top of that, it's like and I guess this is something I wanted to say a minute ago. I never got around to it, but you only get one life, man.
You're right.
And why are athletes so celebrated? Yeah, they're great at what they do. They're masters of their craft. But why do people idolize them? Because they worked through adversity and chased their dream, and worked through all the people saying they couldn't do it, and all the advisors saying they'd never make money playing basketball or football, and all the coaches saying they wouldn't be able to do anything. And then when they finally got there, and they got their moment, they seized it, and they worked for every opportunity.
Right.
And with this, it's the same thing. You make your opportunities. There's no such thing as luck, and I stand by that. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
Because you work and you master your craft as much as you can, and when the opportunity comes, you're ready. You built into that opportunity.
Right.
You didn't have to raise the challenge, it met you head on. So that's a big thing that I believe in, and that if you continue working hard, good things will happen to you. You just keep pushing.
Totally agree to that.
That's why I said earlier off camera, it's like people that are masters in their craft. There's a term in psychology, and if you don't know it, I advise you to look it up. It's called intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is that motivation to perform something surely because the reward is the activity itself. And so you have no other form of motivation other than that activity. So if you love to play the violin and just playing makes you happy, that's a form of intrinsic motivation, because just the activity itself is the reward.
Right.
So take that into terms of what we do. If we have intrinsic motivation for fitness and working on ourselves and going to the gym, there's no other factor that we need to get here. We love what we do. So if we come in and we have that same mentality and we maintain that mentality, that sets up what is called a mastery environment. So if you can hone that and you enjoy it and you learn and you keep putting on to that, there will be a time that you will reach that mastery level in how So, and to circle back, if that is the why you do it, is because you love it, then the secondary accolades of, you know, competing and getting medals, or the way you look, or the Instagram following you might follow, that might follow you,
Right.
or anything in between those, are all secondary and are all just add to your life because you do it firstly or singularly because you love it first.
Right. Right. And that's something that's very important to comprehend, is that a lot of the times people do things because they have to, in a way, but you don't have to do things. Yes, of course, sometimes you might have to sacrifice a little bit of time, but eventually, if you do what you love, you're gonna enjoy life a lot better, and you're gonna enjoy what you do so much more.
And that was something that I had to tell, like, my dad is a lawyer, and then my mom has been an interior designer, and they don't know anything about what I do. And, you know, telling them I wanted to study kinesiology and then wanted to be a coach, and trying to tell them that, like, look, I might not make a lot of money at first, but I know I'll be successful. And they didn't understand. I was like, look, if I do what I love, there's not going to be a day in my life that I feel like that I work. I would never want to run out the door. I would never want to, you know, count down the hours, because I know that I love what I do, and I never had to worry about that. And on top of that, if you love what you do, regardless of what it is, you're going to be great at it. You're going to push yourself at it.
Right.
So then on top of that, you will become one of the most successful people at what you do just because you love it. And then the money comes.
Right.
Because you're one of the best at what you do.
Right.
If you circumnavigate that and you do it because of the money, you're not going to come up to the same level of mastery on that, because you don't do it because you love the activity. You do it because you want a secondary
Right.
process or a secondary reward.
Right.
So that's the cool thing to think about when you think about psychology and why we do the things we want to do, and how you might get to those outcomes that you're looking for. Is first look at why do you do the things that you do. It's a cool thing to think about.
Yep. It's crazy, man. Just having this conversation is confirmation to me of everything that I've been going through, everything that's just been revolving around my head. Like, just meeting you and you saying those things, it just gives me the certainty of what I'm doing and the choices that I'm making, and it just motivates me even more to keep doing what I'm doing. So I appreciate you. That's it for the video. This was just unexpected, and it was a great conversation, something that I want y'all to hear. So if you haven't yet, hit that like and subscribe button, and anything that you guys want to see from me, let me know in the comments below. But that's pretty much it for this video, and I'm gonna leave you like I always do. Dare to be different.